Welcome to the Decide to Try podcast with Pastor Rickie G. where faith meets real life. Today's episode features Nikko and Simeon Dumas, a powerful couple whose story of music, ministry, and marriage will inspire you to trust God with every gift He's placed in you. Get ready, let's dive in.
Never mind the waves, you can walk on water just as good as me.
Hey everybody, this is Pastor Rickie and I want to thank you for being a part of another episode of the Decide to Try podcast. Now, we've had a lot of different discussions and a lot of different people on this set since we started, and today we're going to go into a different kind of a conversation. Real brief, because we have some real dynamic, exciting people with us on the Decide to Try podcast today. Now, I want you to remember to subscribe, talk to other people about tuning in, listening, subscribe, so you can be given a notification of every time that we do a Decide to Try podcast. Cool part. So, Peter in the Bible was riding with Jesus, whom Jesus had chosen to go on a ride with him, and not quite close to the destination, something happened, and Jesus had to go to rescue them. So, Peter said, "Lord, if it's you, let me to come to you, the way you're doing." So Peter chose how he would go, and Jesus said one word, "Come." Peter then, got out of the boat. And as we know it, he started walking toward Jesus. We don't know how far. All that we know is that he started sinking. Some of you listening to us today, I don't know how long you've been walking with the Lord. I don't know how long you've gotten out of a boat or how far you are. But just be aware that the Lord knows that sometimes on the way to Jesus, we fall a little. The key to this particular podcast, though, is not the fact that he failed, but that he decided to try. So here today, I have two dynamic people that I've had an opportunity of talking to. And what I really wish is that I could have been recording a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that we've been talking about. But they are the Dumas family. One's name is Nikko. Now, you've heard of Nikko Dumas, maybe not, but maybe you've heard some of Nikko's music. Nikko's music has been featured on the opening of, for instance, the Wendy Williams show or things like that. She does a lot of singing. But I have with her today her dynamic husband, Brother Dumas. Now I call him Brother Dumas because he's a brother, and he's a loving husband, and he's a great dad. And Nikko and he have inspired my life so much that I said, wait, we want to introduce them to our entire Decide to Try podcast family. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. Welcome the Dumases with us today. They are just wonderful. Nikko is here. She does a lot of singing. And Brother Dumas does a lot of applauding. He's a fantastic artist. He's a great supervisor, and he is one of the toughest supporters that you've ever known of. Those of you that watch the podcast, you know what this is. This is the guy holding the ladder. This is the guy or girl at the top of the ladder. Brother Dumas is here today because I wanted to really talk to this man of God about the task that he has of holding the ladder of such a strong woman of God. Okay, I'm sure that maybe he wasn't born that way. I don't know how people are, but he decided to do it. So now I want Nikko to tell us, and I want this team to talk to us about how they do what they do, what they do. I want them to let you know about their efforts to decide to try. In a time like this also, this couple is still married. They're still smiling. Look, they are still smiling. Put the camera on them. Look, that's real, okay? And cut. That was an act. We just put that together. No, they are very happy, wonderful people. So Nikko, Brother Dumas, welcome to, he has a real first name. It's Brother Simeon, but, I just like the name Brother Dumas because he feels like such a brother to me. So guys, talk to us. Welcome to the podcast, first of all. I am such a rookie at this podcast stuff, okay? I don't normally sit down and talk to people. I walk around and talk, and people say, amen, hallelujah, and then the others just go to sleep while I'm talking. So, but to sit down and have this kind of an attention, thank you for taking the time to do this. And I know you guys are so busy, and this is going to be a very quick podcast. Nikko, you sing gospel music.
I do.
You sing jazz, you sing classical, you sing music, you know all types of music. But y'all, let me tell you why I'm having them here today. Nikko, without getting their business out in the air, over the airways, Nikko sings. She lives in one city, but she travels all the way to Los Angeles. She lives in Texas and Los Angeles, but she goes to Los Angeles to go to church. How do you do that? How do you live in Austin and go to serve God in your home church in Los Angeles? And I think of all of the accomplishments that they both have and that she has had a chance to witness, that's the story I want you guys to hear about, because some of us don't even like to go 2 blocks. And she jumps on a plane every weekend and goes. And her loving husband is in full support. He looks forward to the weekend for her. Well, no, that's a different story. Never mind. No, but he is supportive of her doing that. And I just want to get quiet and listen to them and tell us about your career. Tell us about some things you've done. And then I'm going to give you a testimony about his life that's going to mess you up. I'm going to tell the story because I want him to be the witness to it. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I've been singing since...
Wait, ladies and gentlemen, Nikko. And the crowd goes wild. All right.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
First of all, it's been a blessing just being around you. We are honored to get to know you and spend some time with you. And thank you for being interested in us.
Very much so.
So thank you. I think context is key. So you getting to know us is important. Then you can just, become our friend, family, all that. Anyway, I have been singing pretty much my whole life. Since I was maybe like 4, I've been singing. Wow. I've been around music my whole entire life. My parents are singers. My sisters sing. My brother's a drummer. So I'm around music all the time. So the Lord blessed me. He gave me the miracle of my voice, and that's another story within itself. So I started singing in church. My parents kept me in church. And I got an opportunity to sing professionally at a young age. I went to audition for someone. I didn't know who this someone was going to be. I just went to audition and I acted and did all the things. Found out it was Michael Jackson.
Wow. So you're Billie Jean? No, you're Dirty Diana. Never mind. I'm just trying to start something. Oh, I'm on the road, guys. I am on the road. Really? And you didn't know who you were auditioning for?
No, they just put myself, my brother, and my dad in a room to audition. And the next thing I know, I get a call, like, you got to be on set. And I get to set, and they're like, so we're doing Michael Jackson's Heal the World video, and we need you guys to sing. And I was like, what? Who am I? Yeah, so I got to do that. I can't remember how old I was, but I was able to do that. And I felt like it was so fun and everything, but nothing gave me the feeling of just so much that I belonged, except for being in church, like singing in church, because it wasn't about me. Yes, it was always pointing up, to God and how I felt about him, and me being able to express through my voice who he is. And so my joy is there. I thank God that he was able to open doors to walk through, to meet all these different people and sing with different people. But I know that I'm supposed to carry purpose as I'm doing it. So I think the church was a great balance to be able to say, you know what, I know this ain't about me. So when I go into these different environments, I got to bring that spirit with me. So yeah, just singing my entire life. Yeah, I'm 42. So like over 30
That's amazing.
years. Yeah.
In a time when people, I will say social media probably, and I'm saying that generally because I really don't do a lot of social media things, but now I am because I decided to try podcast has taught me to just decide to try. You got to know how to hear some things, throw those things in the trash, not let things penetrate. Yeah. But where people are being influenced to not go to church, you don't just go to church. You go out of the way to go to church.
Yeah.
Is that because of the foundation called your family, or is that just because what?
I just want to serve God. That's it. That's all I know to do. It was modeled for me in church with my parents. Like, we get up, we go to church, we're going to be in rehearsal 3 times a week. But we're going to be in Bible study too. And Sunday school, like, it was modeled for me. And it didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to church. I never felt that way. I always wanted to be in church. So.
And now you're an adult and you started wanting to early. So the church was a good model for Nikko.
Yeah.
And now I say that because a lot of people say, well, there are some people in the church who are this and okay, fine. That's all God had to choose from was us scoundrels, okay? There are some people, and so he had to choose everybody he used from something that had flaws. You didn't let that discourage you.
No.
And you do very well with it. And you sing with laughter, you sing with so much spirit, you sing with so much inspiration. What is something that you want to do next? Somebody's listening now. You're almost about to give up because you're trying to get to the next level. And we talked late last night. Yeah. What if you're already at the next level? What if you're, God's taking me to another level? And a lot of programs and churches, we keep hearing people, when you get to the next level, God's going to take you to the next level. Okay, what if you're at the next level right now? What if you're here and you're not grateful for it? What do you want to do next, though? You thought about it?
I think God has given me a glimpse of the mission field. So I've been on the mission field to sing a little bit. I think he's been refining me so I can be prepared for that.
Okay.
Because you don't get paid to do that. You have to decide this is what I want to do. And it's not just, I'm coming out here to sing for you, but we need to teach people about God through worship because it heals. And I think of the story of David being the one that Saul would summon to come to him because he knew he needed healing, right? But I feel like this one amazing thing that I discovered just recently, he wasn't just skilled. He had God's spirit in him. And I was like, that's the most important thing. I can be skilled at what I'm doing, but there's a purpose behind what I'm doing. Is it going to heal the people that hear what I'm doing?
She said, he had God's spirit in him.
Yeah.
And the spirit of God that has been in you helped to give you a discernment of who to have to complete and walk this journey with you. And that's how we met Simeon. You know, so you were sharp enough to recognize, God, if you give me another chance at a different way to live my life, I'll need someone who will not try to share the same space, but enjoy the same journey. Was that pretty good?
Yeah. Solid. That was solid.
So normally when we're here, we're talking about the woman who supports the husband, the woman who supports the husband, the woman who supports the man of God. And if you see a good man, there's got to be a good woman behind him. But I want to shift that for a minute. This is not about you, Simeon. It's always about Nikko. However, I kept wondering, Nikko, why are you smiling so much? And every time we see her, she's smiling, she's happy. You know, was that a pretty good impression? That was not. And then I met Simeon, and I go, I get it. So we had this little illustration earlier about, you know, everybody says, but there's a good man, wherever there's a good man, there's a strong woman here. But this is a little different. We have the strong woman of God and the strong male support. So I don't know how many men are watching this podcast, but you don't have to be jealous of the woman who's doing a lot more. You don't have to be envious of the woman who's doing a lot more. You don't have to try to match the attention that she's getting. But what if God gave you the strength to support her? Because when you're on top, I don't care if you're male or female, people come at you. And how can you become a man so strong as to say, dear, you take the darts, but I'll make sure to hold your ladder. Now, that was a lot to come at you with. And he's not the public speaker and all of that. And I know Nikko and I can talk all day. But I want to hear from Simeon right now, man. I'm going to kind of put this up here so that the audience just kind of looks at it. I don't know. We watch that, use that. But what is it, Simeon? And I'm going to talk back and forth with you. what do you do to become strong enough to hold her ladder? She goes and auditions for Michael Jackson, and he says, no, you're not my girl. I'm sorry. And then she goes to audition for somebody, or it doesn't go well, or it goes well and it takes her away. Dude, that's you.
I would say prayer, just prayer and support. And I grew up in a household full of faith. My dad was a pastor, and we grew up, going to church Sundays, Wednesdays. We're there all day, Saturdays, and I just seen a lot of miracles at a young age, to where as I got older, whatever came my way, I always looked back at the miracles, because I seen too many to deny that God is real, or to deny that, we live a different life. My wife travels every week. I'm home, just holding down the fort, but it's like I support her, because I know that this is where God has us. So it's like, it may not make sense to everyone else, but for us, this is where he has us. And I feel like as long as we're doing what he's called us to do, that's all that matters. Everyone else can say what they want, but this is our marriage, this is our household, this is where he has us, so we just got to keep doing what he's called us to do.
So who wrote the book, you or Nikko?
Nikko.
What's the name of the book?
Souls Yearning.
Souls Yearning.
Yearning, yes, sir.
Souls meaning plural, many souls, or the soul is yearning? Explain that
I
to
think
me.
that could be both.
Okay.
To be honest with you, it comes from Psalm 42.
Okay.
I love David.
Yeah.
He spent so much time alone.
Yeah.
So he got to experience nature in a way that most of us don't really get to experience it. And for him to choose the deer and to describe the deer in the way he did, and the deer knowing, when I'm thirsty, I know where I need to go to be, for my soul, for everything to be quenched. So that's for us. Do we know where we're going to go when we need our soul to be quenched? So it's just this devotional where it's taking you through every day. Like, just break down this whole chapter of what David thought about his relationship with God, how he was thirsty for him. Like, I'm like this deer. I'm copying what I see around me. I'm thirsty for you, and I'm going to come to the water, the living water, to give me what I need. So that's what the devotional is about. And it was so timely for me. Like, God woke me up in the middle of the morning and just told me to just read it and write about it. So I wrote down every verse and kind of expounded on each verse what I was getting from it. Okay. And it helped me to just dive deeper into what it looks like for me to just yearn after the Lord.
I love talking about that with David, that 23rd Psalm, when he said he restores my soul.
Yes.
That blessed me so much, because that was the first time I ever realized in the Bible that, I really realized that God understands that depression, because for your soul to be restored means that your soul must have been deflated.
Ooh, yeah.
And so when we get deflated, we used to think it was demonic, and of course, something was wrong with you if you talked about depression. But it really does happen. We pour out so much that sometimes we don't get anything poured back into us.
Yeah.
You sing so much, but who sings to you or listens to you when you talk? Everybody may want to hear you sing, but I'm grateful that you have somebody in life who likes to hear you when you talk. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
You owe me $20. So, but I think that's important. Where do we get that book?
You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to Barnes & Noble if people still go to the bookstore.
Right.
And I call it a pocket Devo. So you could put this in your purse, your pocket. God led me to that, because I was expecting something different, but the Lord was like, here, this is what you're going to do. It's an easy read, because people's attention span now with social media is so short. So when you get this pocket Devo, you got like 5 minutes just to read and then meditate on what you just read. Just one verse. Wow. Then the next day you just add on. You just keep adding on to it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not the whole full meal. It's like a snack that kind of helps you get past it, but then it'll fill you up so you don't eat the wrong things. I like that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen, real quick. When I look at the both of you, because that's how I met you. I met you both just being happy. We're just happy people, and happy people are unusual people. People wonder if we're always up to something. And we
Exactly.
always are up to something, because that's where our Father has us, to look up to the hills from which cometh our help. We're always looking up to something, and we are, so let's go ahead and admit it. We're up to something. We're up to some good patience. We're up in our joy. We're up in our deliverance. We're up in our presentation. We're up in representing God. And you guys are up and doing it. And I appreciate that. But I'm going to ask some personal questions now. All right. And all I want you to do is one of these. Okay. Who forgives the most?
I think
You just point. Don't say it. Oh, okay, good. Who's the fastest to eat? Who eats the fastest? Oh, okay. Who cooks the best?
Oh,
Okay. Who takes longer to get their hair done?
it's a tie.
Oh,
You know the barbershop.
whoa, that's a good argument. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So who has the best smile?
I think he has the best.
Who sleeps the longest? Who works the hardest?
Oh,
Okay. Who goes to church the most?
Does online count? I'm just kidding.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
he watches every service.
Every
so,
single service. That's
yeah, yeah.
So I have another. When we talk about deciding to try, we have to make those quick decisions sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with you first, and then I'm gonna bounce off you real fast. Before you even have a chance to think, I want you to decide.
Okay.
Ice cream or cake?
Cake.
Oh, great. Red or pink?
Pink.
Carnations or roses?
Roses.
Mother's Day or Easter?
Easter.
Art or music?
Art.
Stevie Wonder or Prince?
Stevie Wonder.
Okay. American or Southwest?
Southwest for the deals. For the deals.
All right. Classical or rap?
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh. This one is hard. I like rap.
Tell me real quick, what would you say to a younger version of you? She's 18 years old. She may get this audition, she may not. But Nikko gets to talk to the 18-year-old version of herself. Now she's learned a lot at 40. She's got so much more. What would you tell her? Look right into her face and tell the 18-year-old version of you.
Okay. You are good enough. Your purpose isn't found in what's outside of you. It's inside of you. That's what I'll say. Your purpose is found inside of you because God created you with purpose. So he's just unveiling that as you get older, as you make one step at a time. He's refining you so that you can really find out what that purpose is. So just trust that process and don't turn to the left nor to the right. Trust in what's above. Yeah.
Simeon, you have a very unusual art, blessing, task, calling. You create murals. And I have seen some of his, for him to, if he had shown me that, said I did this, I would have gone, boy, that's computer generated, it's AI. But I watched him go from a process of start to end with some of the art that he does. Is there something wrong with you? No, that kind of, where did that develop? And we're about to wrap it up, but that's a different art. You can take nothing, and I'm gonna put him on the spot right here. I've even asked him to start working on ideas for our mural outside of our main lobbies in the Inspired Body of Christ Church. I'm just gonna tell y'all, that's what I'm saying. Don't know when it's gonna happen. Where does that come from? How long have you been? I'm gonna use the word drawing, and if that's an insult, I promise I don't mean it. 'Cause it's not drawing. I don't know what it is.
I actually started out drawing when I was like maybe 5 or 6. Mom Joyce is my mom's older sister. She was always drawing and sketching, and she was the one who taught me how to draw. I can't draw as good as I used to, but I love to do abstract art. That's kind of my style. But just growing up, being around my aunt, she was always drawing and sketching. And then me and my mom, we were always at the fabric store. So I'm always seeing colors and materials and then just working with my dad on cars or just everything around me. I was always just seeing colors and just seeing like life and just, I enjoyed nature and I just enjoyed just life around me. So just seeing all that just kind of came full circle for me.
This is going to sound crazy. Go with me, past the theater, mind, art. And God said, then it was. Do you say it, then create it? Or do you think it, create it, and let other people say it? Now, that's not supposed to be confusing. I'm not trying to, but that's God. God was like, took a blank canvas and drew on it. You got one of these God skill things, man. You take, I gotta stop getting excited. You take nothing, and when you're done, it says everything. Do you realize that?
Sometimes I don't. I just create, but I know it's a God-given gift. And there's times like I'll just have a blank canvas, and I might hear some colors in my mind, or I might just be like, oh, that's what I want to do. And as I start creating, I just always pray, Lord, bless the work of my hands. That's my first prayer, and then I just kind of go from there and paint. And I used to have like, I guess, a particular style. Most artists, like that's their art because they always create a certain look. But for me, I create everything. And I love just doing that because I always love experimenting and just trying to push myself to the next level. So a lot of times I just create,
Nothing happens to me, to an artist, until he puts the brush to work. Until then, it's just a thought. And nothing happens to me, to a singer, until she opens her mouth or he opens her mouth, and then words come forth, and then the sound is heard.
Yeah.
Gosh, together you guys have taken sound and brush and created new life for each other. And I think that's great. You keep singing. You keep drawing the notes that she can't sing. You keep creating, I think, the canvas that won't be able to have the music to it. I think you're a very powerful couple. I think you're a very strong group of people. And I'm glad to be called your Tri-City pastor. We got Austin, you got Los Angeles, you got Dallas, bam, bam, bam.
That's right.
I appreciate you sharing with us. And this has been a joy. There's so much more to you. And I just believe that we're going to be seeing a lot more of each other.
Yes,
and I want to speak to God out loud. God, please lay on Simeon's heart and his mind and his hands and his heart something to reflect our ministry here at the Inspired Body of Christ Church for years to come in the form of some displayed art that I believe will come from the heart and mind of God into the hand and heart of Simeon to be painted on a canvas to tell a story for others to know. When the building is empty, they'll look at it and say, that's what this place is. And I want God to bless you to continue to make another song. You've been here with Brother Leon Lacey. I want to wrap this up. He introduced us to each other. He's making all kinds of connections. That's what he does. He makes connections with people like you make with canvas, and he makes connections with people like you do with music.
Yes.
So he takes his creative art, puts it to music, and now we made it. What do you think about Leon? Just wait. You can say it behind his back. We won't let him hear this part right here. What do you think about Leon?
I think he's phenomenal. He's an excellent man, just period. Without having any instruments, without having any creativity, his heart for people, that's it, that shines. And then God added gifts on top of that.
Wow.
He's rare.
He's rare.
And I'm around a lot of musicians. He's rare. And I know that God has anointed him. He's a special man. He just really is. And he's a giver. And there's not a lot of people like that, just people, period. Just seeing him for the first time, I just saw he had a light on him. And then I got to know him, and I was like, okay, I saw right. So I think he's an incredible human being. And then on top of that, super dynamic. He calls it genius. He calls everybody genius, but he's a genius. He really is when it comes to music. And I'm learning so much about discipline
Wait, stop.
from him.
I can't let you just walk over what you just said. You said he calls everybody genius. Mm-hmm. I thought I was the only person he called a genius.
Oh,
Now I
sorry.
am so disappointed.
Sorry.
No, but but no, that is exactly right.
Yeah.
He passes by and leaves an aura of happiness.
Oh, absolutely.
And makes you check yourself. And I've never seen him upset. And yet we've had moments to be very upset. But he has been able to maintain a lot of dignity and self-control.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate you all giving him a chance. He speaks when he sings like, y'all may not know this, there were like Peaches and Herb,
Yes.
Marilyn Davis and Billy McCool,
Mm-hmm.
Captain and Tennille. That's what he talks when he talks about Leon and Nikko. I'm going, what? He acts like, there's this famous duo.
Yes.
And he feels very proud every time he says that, Well, there's going to be a place for Leon and Nikko. And I'm going,
Yeah.
okay. But he speaks of it like salt and pepper, and winter and spring, like some things that complement each other.
Yeah.
And he's holding your ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And he never talks about the things that you've done. He talks about the strength that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I got a chance to meet my brother,
Yeah.
because I know that means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to have to wrap up. Now, at the end of this podcast, you're going to hear the theme song. And on the theme song, it's called Decide to Try. Of course, it was written and performed by Brother Leon Lacey. Now, he tells everyone, well, yeah, this is Pastor Rush's song. Child, I just listened to it. But no, he does a great job. I want to invite everyone listening to the podcast to be with us every Sunday morning here at IBOC, Dallas, Texas. This is the Inspiring Body of Christ Church. In Dallas, Texas, services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. And I've been humbled enough to be able to be called someone's leader and pastor, and I appreciate that. And if the Dumases are here on Sunday morning or still in Dallas, I'm going to personally invite them back, but probably Mama Dumas has to be on her way to do another service. But I just would like to invite everyone always to our church, and I thank God for our wonderful podcast team who are so inspiring, very inspiring. And they had a chance to introduce me to Ice Cube's little brother. Melted Ice, but you may not know him. He's a cool guy, Brother Harold Franklin, who
Amazing.
Takes care of all of everybody.
Yes, he does.
We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being with us on the Decide to Try podcast with our special guests today, Simeon and Nikko
Yes.
Dumas. This has been great. Watch it, share it, subscribe, watch it again. Give that story of inspiration to someone. There are a bunch of little nuggets in here. If you didn't get it the first time, just like good home food, eat some leftovers. You'll get it the next time. God bless you. It's Pastor Rush. Enjoy your blessings.